Welcome everyone to today's Feel Good Total Body Flow. So stand with your feet a little wider than hip distance, about shoulder distance, and start to sway your arms side to side. You can pick one heel off the ground, the other heel as you gaze behind you. If you can, sync your movement with your breath. Every time you look behind you, you exhale. Your arms are heavy. And keep it going. Might seem a little weird. It's a great way to get the blood moving, to wake up the body, and to prepare for this practice. The legs stop, and eventually the arms stop on their own. Close the eyes, bring one hand over the heart and one over the belly to pause and feel the effects of that swaying. Feel your breath in. When you breathe in, the belly and chest rise. As you breathe out, the chest and belly fall. Feel that connection with your breath beneath your hands. Drop your chin towards your chest. And from here, bring your hands down to your hips and start to circle the hips as if you're tracing the edges of a hula hoop. Switch directions. Slow down the movement and stop. Stand upright. Sweep the arms around and up overhead, and as you exhale, release the arms beside you. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up, and grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand and take an easy side stretch to the left. Inhale brings you back through center, and exhale, switch sides. Release your arms next to your body. A few shoulder rolls up towards the ears, back and down. And step your feet together about hip distance. Bend your knees, sit your hips back, hands on your thighs. From here, drop your belly, lift your chest, look forward on your in-breath, and round your spine, gaze down towards your feet on your out-breath. You'll move back and forth here in your standing cat and cow. You can make it as fluid as you'd like. Once you're familiar with the movement, you can straighten the legs as you inhale, and as you exhale, you'll bend the knees a little bit more. Your spine undulates like a wave. Eventually straighten the arms and reach the arms around and up overhead, and interlace the fingers overhead and start to circle your torso. I know it might feel a little weird, look a little weird, but don't worry about anyone looking at you. Just find what feels good here. Circle in the other direction. Palms slip up towards the ceiling and lift your heels, balance. Release your heels and bring the arms behind you. You can either interlace your fingers behind you or hold opposite elbows. Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Chin to chest, left ear towards left shoulder. Head back through neutral. Release your arms and sweep them all the way up and overhead. And I know you can't see my hands, but overhead. And release your fingers and release your pointer fingers and thumbs. Lift your heels so you're balancing. Release the heels, sweep the arms around and interlace the fingers behind the back. Press the fist down, feel the opening in your chest. Soften your knees, hinge at the hips and fold. Sweep the fingertips down to the ground, lift your chest for a chair. The next time you exhale, fold over the legs, straighten the legs, and interlace your fingers behind the back. From here, bend your left knee and try to open up the right shoulder to the right side, right leg straightens. Switch, bend your right knee and left leg straightens. Try to open up the left shoulder. Soften both knees, release the fingers down towards the ground. Back into your chair pose, the heart lifts. As you exhale, release the hands to the ground. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, right leg back. Start to move this lunge around. You can rock it forward, back. The front knee bends, left arm up towards the ceiling. Spread your left fingers. Left hand to the ground. Downward facing dog. Bend your left knee. Right heel presses towards the ground. Bend right knee. Left heel presses towards the ground. Right leg up towards the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, the hip opens. Right foot steps between your hands and start to rock this lunge forward and back, nice and easy. Left palm down, right arm up, twist. Right hand down, forward fold. Hold opposite elbows. Your belly rest towards the thighs. Slowly roll up. Sweep your arms around and up overhead on your inhale. Palms together on the exhale. Sweep the arms around and up overhead. Hold on to opposite elbows. Lift your heels to balance. Release your heels, sit the hips back, chair. As you hold the elbows, hinge forward so the back is parallel to the ground. Come into your forward fold. Sway right and left. Hold your other elbow now, so switch the grip. Lift your chest, torso parallel to the ground. Rise up to your chair pose while you hold those elbows. Straighten the legs, rise all the way up. Lift your heels. Balance. Release the heels, reach the arms up, take an in-breath. As you exhale, dive all the way down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, left leg extends back. Right arm up towards the ceiling for a twist inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, both arms sweep up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the ground. From here, you'll flow forward and back a few times. The front knee bends as you inhale and send the hips back, straighten the front leg on your exhale. It's an option to reach the arms up, or you can keep the hands on the ground or on your yoga blocks. Find what feels good here. As you're ready, step back to downward facing dog. When you're there, right foot on the left heel, gently press the left heel closer towards the ground. Switch sides, left foot on right heel, press the right heel towards the ground. Left leg up towards the ceiling, open that hip. Step the left foot between the hands. Left arm up, inhale. Left hand down, exhale. Right knee to the mat, arms reach up on your in-breath. As you exhale, hands down to the ground and straighten the front leg as much as you can. And from here, just like on that other side, you'll flow back and forth. The front leg straightens as much as you can on your in-breath. And as you exhale, you'll bend the front knee and have fun with the arms. The hands can stay on the ground, they can reach up. You can hold opposite elbows again, whatever feels interesting. The right toes eventually tuck under. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. Shake out your head no and yes. Let that neck relax. Bend your right knee, the left hip presses back. Bend left knee, that right hip presses back. Roll up, sweep the arms around and up overhead on your inhale. Palms together on the exhale. Sweep the arms around and up overhead. Interlace the fingers overhead, release pointer fingers and thumbs. Lift your heels. And with the heels lifted or not, balancing chair, bend the knees. If your shoulders bother you, you can reach the arms forward instead. And then if you got it, sink the hips all the way down, sit on your heels. And then with as much control as you can, the heels stay lifted, straighten the legs, and release the heels on the ground. Sit back into a chair and then release your hands to the floor. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to fold. Right leg steps back all the way to the left off of your yoga mat. So your legs are in a big X. Draw your left hip back, so feel some kind of stretch in the hip, hamstring, and the left side of your thigh. The front knee will bend, right leg up. Set up your half moon pose. So right toes turn out to the right side. Option for the right arm to reach up. And if you're feeling frisky, that left arm will float off the ground. Another option with the left hand on the ground, you'll find a bind. We'll meet in warrior two. Right heel presses down, straighten the front leg, reach your arms up on your in-breath. Bend your front knee, side angle pose on the out-breath. Circle the right arm. And again. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Stay here or wrap the right arm behind the back for a half bind. And also bring that left hand to the inside of the foot as long as you draw that right shoulder head back. Let your left ear drop towards the left shoulder. Just as you came into it, rise out of it. Straighten the front leg, arms reach on up. Triangle pose. Left hand forward and down. So there's a lot of space on the left side of your waist. Here I have my left hand on the ground, but I also have really long arms. So find what feels good to you. You can bring your hand on your shin or thigh. Both hands to the ground on the inside of your left foot now, lizard. So widen out the left foot a little bit. Right knee on the floor. Turn your left toes out to the side and open up the left knee slightly. You can also drop onto your forearms if that feels good. A few even breaths. To take it another step further, find a bind here. Your left arm will reach back for that ankle. Come onto the hands, plank. Lower all the way to the belly. Fingertips nice and wide, wider than your shoulders off of your mat. Lift the chest for a dynamic cobra as you inhale. Release on your exhale. Inhale, rise up like a wave, peek over the right shoulder. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up, look over the left shoulder. Exhale to release back down. Hands slide beneath the shoulders, press back into a child's pose. Forehead on the ground. Let your forehead sink into the ground. Downward facing dog. Shorten your stance slightly. Your feet are a little closer to your hands, and bring your right hand towards your left ankle. If you can't reach, it's okay. Grab a hold of your clothing or your calf, whatever you can reach. And try out the other side, left hand towards right ankle. Release, down dog. Look forward and walk your feet all the way up towards your hands. Forward fold. If it's available, slide your hands under the soles of your feet, toes towards the wrist creases. If that's not happening today, you can take any other forward fold. Release, slowly roll up. Sweep the arms around and up, inhale. Palms together to heart on your exhale. Sweep the arms around and up, inhale. Navel in, heart forward, dive down, exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, the left leg steps all the way over to the right off of your yoga mat. Straighten your legs as much as you can. Draw that right hip back. Spin the left hip forward. Walk the hands forward. Left leg comes off of the ground now. Set up your half moon. Left toes turn out to the left. And you can reach that left arm up to any variation. You can play with some balance. And bring those right fingertips off the ground. So you can find a bind. We'll meet in warrior two. Straighten the front leg, reach the arms up on your in-breath, side angle on the out-breath. Circle that top arm a few times. Feel into that shoulder. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Option to wrap the left arm behind the back. Or take any other variation. Maybe the right hand to the ground, the block. The left shoulder draws back. Rise back up, warrior two, into your triangle. You can low, stay high. Just feel the length in both sides of your waist. Bend the front knee, both hands on the inside of the right foot. Widen the right foot to the side. Come into lizard. Left knee on the ground. And come into the forearms. You can find a bind here. A combination of both. Both hands to the ground. Right. Lower to your belly. Hop onto your fingertips. Dynamic cobra. Inhale. Lead chest forward and down. Exhale. Press back to table and a puppy stretch. So hips stay above your knees as you melt the chest and forehead to the ground. Even breaths. Walk the upper body to the right side in your puppy stretch. Your left side. Come through center, hips further back into a child's pose. Walk your hands in, rise up. Come to sit. And now we'll come into our last stretch here. It's called frog pose. This pose can be kind of intense. So if you want, you can sort of watch and see how it's done first and then get into it. So with your yoga mat, you're going to fold over your mat about like a fourth of the way or so, a third of the way, and same thing on the other side. I'd say a third. So your knees are going to go here. This is going to act as extra padding. From here, you'll come into a straddle. So, adjust my top. And then knees are nice and wide, resting on the cushion. I'll show you from a different angle in a moment. Your feet are flexed. So that means there's a 90-degree angle at the ankle. You can stay upright, bringing the knees as wide as you can. And this might be enough for some people. You can also place a pillow or some blocks under your hips for some more support. Or you can drop onto your forearms. And so I'll show you what the side will look like. So my knees are on the same line as my hips. And there's a 90-degree angle in my knee. And there's a 90-degree angle in my ankle. So what I see a lot of is this, which is just a different posture. So instead of your knees being in front of your hips, the knees will be out to the side. And then you can come down onto your forearms if you'd like. If you're not really feeling much, now draw your navel in and tuck your tailbone. This gets me every time. I find this is pretty intense. And then with the tailbone tucked under, it's almost like you're trying to do a cat pose. You'll gently press your hips back, breathe. If your hips go beyond your knees, that means your knees need to be wider apart. Take a few breaths here. Take your inhale, take your exhale. Relax your jaw and your mouth. And then walk your hands in, rise up. And instead of dragging your knees, pick up one knee at a time. Bring your knees together. Sit up. You and unfold your mat if you want. And then come into a child's pose. Arms beside you, knees together. Just feel the after effects of that frog pose and of today's practice. Gently roll up to sit. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. It means so much. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video or any other video that you have enjoyed on this channel. Let me know what you'd like to see next, and I'll see you soon.